gathered in Jimin's eyes by watching his love Suho, who left him 6 months ago, and here he was married with someone else just because of his mother. How are you, my brother? Yoongi frowned and pulled away. He looked at Suho, who was staring at Jimin. Oh, come, we'll introduce him. He held Suho's hand and dragged him towards Jimin, who quickly looked away to blink his tears. He is Jimin, my husband and your brother-in-law. Where is our client Yoongi? Oh yes, Suho. Where is Mr. Lee? Oh, that he couldn't come because of some work. I also forgot to inform you that. Ah, it's fine. Come, let's go. You must be tired. Yoongi gripped his suitcase and started dragging it towards exit. Meanwhile, Jimin just continued looking at Suho, who stared back. How are you, Jimin? How I am looking, Suho? Finally, he let out his all tears which he was hiding. You are married with my Hyung? You just saw it now, Suho. But why? Because you left in middle. No, Jimin, it's not like that. I don't want to talk about that. Come, let's go. Jimin said and left from there while Suho just stared at him with his blurry vision. This room is small. Actually, it was storeroom. No, it's fine. Here, Jimin, Yoongi, and Suho were standing. Yoongi was smiling with happiness while Jimin and Suho were in awkward situation. They were just taking glances at each other secretly. Ah, wait, I will bring your suitcase, Yoongi said and left from there. I will bring something to eat, he said and turned to leave, but Suho quickly grabbed his hand. Stop avoiding me, Jimin. You are my brother-in-law, so how can I do that? Don't call me that. We both know what we are for each other. No, I don't. You just left me like... You are wrong, Jimin. I didn't. I had reason. I wasn't covered. It's about Mina. Jimin's eyes widened hearing Mina's name. Your ex? Yes, she blamed on me that she is pregnant with my child. I couldn't tell this to you because I don't want you get hurt. I just left to find out truth and I was right. She was lying. The baby wasn't mine. You also know that I can't do that. But before I could come, I heard about your marriage by your friends. But I didn't know you were getting to marriage to whom. Why you didn't tell me all this? You really think that our relationship was weak? No, Suho, I could have trusted you. Then why? I'm sorry, Jimin. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. He hugged Jimin and burst in tears. Jimin wanted to hug him back, but couldn't because something was stopping him. He knew he loved Suho, but he couldn't show it because he was bounded with Yoongi now. They tied up the knot with each other. Now it can't break until and unless they both break it by themselves. After some time they heard sound of wheels and Suho quickly parted away. They looked at Yoongi, who kept suitcase in the room, and smiled at both. Jimin, no need to cook today. We will do dinner outside, Yeah, he said and left from there while taking glance at Suho, who was already staring at him. So what do you want to eat, Jimin? Anything is fine. Okay, then I will order lobster. Jimin, don't. Hearing that, Jimin quickly grabbed Suho's hand and looked down. Suho quickly realized what he said and looked away. What, Jimin, Suho? That Jimin don't want to eat ice cream. He told me in the car. Ah, okay, it's cold outside. We won't take it. You will be sick. Yoongi smiled at Jimin while Jimin just stared at Suho. You don't like lobster, Jimin. People changes with time, Suho. They both whispered while Yoongi was just staring at menu card. After the dinner, Yoongi was following Jimin while talking on the phone, and Suho was walking beside Jimin trying to talk with him. They decided to take a walk since the hotel wasn't that far. Soon Jimin's eyes fell on some bad guys who were looking at him while leaning on their bikes. They were smirking at disgusting looks on their faces. Jimin couldn't cross that alley while Suho, who didn't even notice, went ahead. Jimin, what happened? Come. Suho didn't notice the guys and went ahead, but Jimin just gulped, feeling uncomfortable by their gazes. But soon he flinched when someone grabbed his hand. He quickly followed the action and looked at Yoongi, who was just interviewing their fingers and was talking on the phone. I didn't know someone can make me feel this much safe. I looked at him while he gradually was talking on the phone. I knew he noticed them. Then why Suho didn't realize this? He just left me while Yoongi stayed beside me while holding my hand. I looked at his hand, which was giving me warm feeling. My hand was too much small in his big veiny hand, but still he was gripping it like his life is depend on it. What I am feeling for you, Yoongi. 1 week passed. Jimin and Suho were working in the same company under Yoongi. Suho tried many times to talk with Jimin, but nothing worked as Jimin continued ignoring him. Jimin wasn't ignoring him intentionally, but something was stopping him from doing that. He was thinking about Yoongi every time he saw Suho approaching him. Yoongi's face never left his mind. On the other side, Yoongi fell for Jimin harder. He was trying to make Jimin as much as he can. He never thought that he will fail for someone harder. Jimin, is everything ready for meeting? Yes, sir. Okay, I will go first. You can come later since you need to sort out some files. Don't worry, meeting is starting at 12. You have much time. Okay, sir. Yoongi and his assistant left while Jimin started sorting files on the table. He was too engrossed to do that, not knowing someone already entered in the cabin. Jimin flinched when he felt arms around his waist. He quickly pushed the person and turned around. Suho, what are you doing? Jimin, this is the only chance we can talk. Young already left. There is nothing to talk, so you should leave. No, today I want to clear everything. What? Before he could say something, Suho smashed his lips on Jimin. They have kissed so many times before, but this disgusted Jimin. He was married now. He don't love Yoongi, but still Yoongi is the one who have right on him. Jimin was trying his best to push Suho, but Suho was gripping him tightly. At last, with so much force, Jimin pushed him hardly, making him fall on the ground. Don't touch me, Suho. Suho glared and Jimin stood up. Why, huh? I am the one who can touch you, understand? No, you don't have any right. I belong to Yoongi, only him, understand? No, this is just a forced marriage for you. I know you don't even love him. I know that, but still, I'm married. Then get divorced. Jimin turned numb hearing Suho. He thought about giving divorce to Yoongi, but now he don't have any courage to pronounce that word. Get divorced, Jimin. I can talk with Yoongi Hung about this. He won't interfere in us. Jimin's heart started beating fast with the thought of Yoongi being angry with divorce. Without any thought, he just left from there without taking glance at Suho, who was shouting continuously. With the tears dropping from his eyes, he entered in the meeting room where Yoongi was discussing something to his assistant. As soon as he saw Jimin's condition, he widened his eyes. He stopped in the middle when he realized his assistant was also there. He quickly told him to leave and ran towards Jimin, who was about to burst out in tears. Jimin, what happened? Why? Yoongi, can I go to home, please? Jimin, are you alright? Why are you? Let me go. Yoongi decided to not to ask more questions as he doesn't want to force Jimin. Okay then, let's go. No, you should stay here. I will go by myself. What? No. Yoongi, please. Nevertheless, Yoongi nodded his head and Jimin ran out from meeting room while Yoongi realized that in this meeting his mind and heart will just on Jimin. He decided to leave the next second meeting will end. Jimin was continuously wiping his tears while driving the car. He was crying with the thought of Yoongi leaving him. Meanwhile, Suho, who saw Jimin leaving office, started following him with his car. He saw Jimin stop the car in front of the bar and went in. Suho also followed. How can he say that Yoongi won't leave me, right? I don't want that. Even if we know each other from few days, I don't want divorce with him. When Suho left me alone, he was there with me. But what if Suho tell him reality? But why I'm feeling like this? This is killing me. I love Suho, then what happened now? Why I'm not ready to go with him? This is what I wanted, right? I look at the people who were dancing at the floor with my blurry vision. That's when my eyes fell on a girl who was sitting on a boy's lap. She gave him a glass of wine. How can everyone be this happy when I am here arguing with myself? I quickly rushed towards them and snatched the drink from her hand and drank it. I shut my eyes tightly when it started burning badly. Hey, what the? Why did you drink that? It was for my boyfriend. Shut up, I said while stuttering. I was feeling so hot by drinking it. I drank many wines, but his taste is different. Wine, calm down. We can order another. See, he's crying. He must be sad. But that doesn't mean he will snatch your drink, Wine. Yeah, stop you both. Hey, stupid, you stop. I made it for my boyfriend. Oh, come on. That wasn't good. It was just wine. It was. You stupid. She stopped when she realized what she heard. My eyes widened at her statement. It was. That means suddenly I started breathing heavily. Sweat was forming on my body. It was becoming difficult to breathe. What did you just say, baby girl? What I? Before Ryan could say something, Jimin started collapsing, but on time Suho catches him in his hand. Suho quickly picked him up and went in a car. Meanwhile, Ryan and Hobie just shrugged. But can you tell me why you mixed that in my drink, huh? I was doing prank. Oh, prank, you know, right? What is consequence of that? Ryan looked down and gulped because she couldn't bear Hobie's dark gaze on her. Punishment. Great. Go sit in the back seat of car. You know what to do. Wait for me. I am coming. Hobie said and smoked looking at Ryan, who turned red and ran out of the club. On the other side, Suho made Jimin sit in the car while Jimin watches pushing Suho away even if it was becoming hard to resist Suho's touch. Viagra was affecting badly on Jimin. He was yearning for touch, but he didn't let Suho touch him. Jimin, what did you drink? Why are you sweating and shaking? Jimin fell on the seat with his head backwards, trying to catch his breath, while Suho just widened his eyes. What? Jimin, look at me. Suho pulled Jimin by his hand and cupped his cheeks. Meanwhile, Jimin just wiggled in his grip, even if he wanted his touches badly. Jimin, listen, I can help you. Let's go home. Jimin, please, I know it's hurting. Let me home. Jimin started mumbling while clenching the seatbelt tightly. Suho realized that Jimin won't let him touch, and without his consent, Suho can't do anything. Making Jimin lay on the bed, Suho covered him in the blanket. Jimin was whimpering but still didn't allow Suho to touch him, cause he knew if he get one touch he will lose his control. He didn't wanted that. He was just sobbing, letting his all tears out from his eyes. Jimin, please let me. Yoongi Hyung won't. Please leave, Jimin. I beg you. Please. Hearing that, Suho went outside with tears in his eyes. He couldn't see Jimin hurt. He was angry that because of him they were in this condition. He knew Jimin was virgin. After 10 minutes, Yoongi came in home and panicked when he didn't see Jimin. He didn't even listen what going on in meeting. His all focus was on Jimin. He was panting since he left office in hurry. He quickly went in Suho's room and asked about Jimin. Suho, where is Jimin? Young, what happened to him? Suho, tell me. Yoongi raised his voice when Suho didn't utter a word. Young, he drank. He is in your room. Hearing that, Yoongi quickly ran to his room only to see the scene which ripped his heart into two pieces. Yoongi quickly ran towards Jimin and engulfed him in his arms. Meanwhile, Jimin let out painful sob. Jimin, what? Yoongi, please, let me call doctor. Yoongi was about to leave, but Jimin pulled him by his collar. Don't. Jimin, you are hurt. I need you, please. Jimin wasn't insane. He very well knew what he was saying, but this didn't feel wrong. But Yoongi froze on the spot. He widened his eyes when Jimin demanded this. Jimin, please. Hearing that, Jimin shut his eyes tightly, trying to bear the pain, but it was becoming worse. It's hurting, Yoongi. No, Jimin, I know, but still I can't do this without your... I'm giving you all my consent. Yoongi's eyes turned numb. He couldn't watch Jimin like that, but what Jimin was demanding was the biggest step in their life. Yoongi and Jimin both didn't even know each other well. Hell, Yoongi loved Jimin, but still he wanted their first time to be the best moment, not painful. He just shook his head and went in the balcony just to avoid Jimin's teary eyes. I stood in the balcony while clenching on the railing. His every sob was stabbing my heart. He is wincing in pain. I shut my eyes tightly and cried. I want to help him, but I don't want us to regret any moment. May I won't regret doing this, but I don't even know about his feelings. How can I? Yoongi, please. I heard Jimin's painful scream. I mumbled and went in the room again. I don't care if he will blame later. I can't see him in this condition. I quickly went towards him and smashed my lips on his trembling lips. I can feel our tears. He was kissing me eagerly. I can see he was in pain. His whole body was burning. I promised Jimin I will extinguish this fire, Jimin. I started kissing him while hovering on him. I intertwined our hands together and started leaving faint kisses on his neck. And that moment they made love even if they didn't confess it. All walls of their bedroom were proof of it. Panting heavily, Yoongi laid beside Jimin who already slept. Yoongi's eyes got teary when his eyes fell on Jimin's peaceful face. I'm sorry, Jimin. I hope you will forgive me. saying that Yoongi just pulled Jimin in his embrace and slept. He was feeling guilty that he had to take this step just to save Jimin, but he didn't regret every moment of making love with Jimin.